You have just acquired a Ubbink swimming pool and we thank you for your custom. So that you can get the best out of it, follow the step-by-step installation guidelines given on the instruction sheet. The video cannot in any circumstances be seen as a substitute for the written instructions. Gather together the tools you will need: spirit level, screwdriver drill, hammer, clamp, Phillips screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, Teflon tape, measuring tape, saw, double-sided tape, Stanley knife, pencil. Your swimming pool must be installed within 48 hours of taking it out of its packaging. Check the contents very carefully. For the warranty to be valid, it is essential that the pool is installed on a concrete slab that is at least 20 centimetres thick and is perfectly flat and level. Installing your pool on a concrete slab of a minimum thickness of 20 centimetres is obligatory. Make sure this slab is perfectly flat and level. The minimum dimensions of the slab should be at least equal to those of the pool, coping included. Be sure to refer to the plan on page 12 of the instruction sheet. Align the pool so that the skimmer inlet will be positioned facing the prevailing wind, thus ensuring the most efficient removal of particles from the surface. Assemble the horizontal brace with the two vertical uprights. Position the brace for the 400 by 610 model and fill the trench with concrete. It is also possible to set the brace directly into the concrete when making your slab. Please check on the model of your pool, as it may be designed to have 1, 2 or 3 metal braces. Put in the bottom row of timbers. Push against the ends of the pool sides so that the structure lies flat against the brace. When erecting the sides of the pool, use the cale for slotting all the timbers together. Check that your measurements are accurate using a 10-metre tape measure. Place the timber where the dual backflow inlet is going, opposite the skimmer on the 7th row. Position the lower timber for the skimmer on the 8th row. Make sure that the upper and lower timbers for the skimmer are aligned. To install a warped timber, position and slot one end of the timber into place. Straighten out the other end using 2 wooden cales and the clamp. Lock into place using the sledgehammer and the cale. Put in place the remaining upper timbers and half timbers. Cut a length of post to 45 by 135 for the skimmer and do the same for the backwash inlets. Mark in where to drill the holes and put the posts in position. Drill the sides of the pool and screw in all the timbers, embedding the screw heads into the wood. Mark where the brackets are to be placed according to their height and mark the positions of the pre-drilling points on the side where the skimmer is going. Drill at the points where all the brackets will be fixed. Place the brackets in position and screw them in until the screw heads are fully embedded into the wood. Screw the skimmer vent into the upper timber using the 2 screws provided in the box for the skimmer. Put in one of the skimmer seals and then put in the seals for the backwash inlet and the automatic pool cleaner. They must make contact with the wood. Drill the tracks, starting 3 cm from the ends and then approximately every 20 cm. Unroll the felt underlay for the sides of the pool and press the plastic track down onto the felt so it is flush with the upper timber. Screw in the first track for the liner, mark where to cut out the corners and cut them out as shown in the diagram. Feel where the outline of the skimmer is and cut out the felt underlay around the outer edge of the skimmer. Do the same for the backwash inlets and the automatic pool cleaner. Put the 2 by 7 metre protective felt underlay in place on the floor of the pool. Cut it out using a Stanley knife or a pair of scissors. Put it into position, making sure you fit the corners of the liner right into the corners of the pool. Hook the liner onto the lip of the track. Check the positioning of the liner and smooth out the biggest creases. Adjust the corners of the liner to fit the structure. Fill the pool with water to a depth of 2 cm. Smooth out the creases again and resume filling with water. Stop filling when the water is just below the backwash inlet nozzles. Position the backwash inlet nozzle from the inside of the pool. Cut out the liner where the nozzle is going, leaving about 2 mm clearance around it. Fix the seal and the backwash inlet nozzle in place and tighten up the nuts on the backwash inlet nozzle enough to make sure that it is watertight. Do the same with the automatic pool cleaner. Bind the fed-through section of the nozzles with Teflon tape working in an anti-clockwise direction. Screw the nozzles onto the backwash inlets and the automatic pool cleaner. Once you have put Teflon tape around the fed-through section, through the fed-through stop valve into the body of the skimmer. Glue the rigid PVC pipe and U-bend to the stop valve. Shut off the valve after the glue has set and resume filling the pool with water. Mark in the position of the skimmer seal. Put in the seal and the skimmer box. Cut out the liner on the inside of the skimmer box. Put on the side trims. Make sure you leave a 2 cm clearance between the end of the side trim and the coping. If necessary, cut the trim to fit. Position the inner coping, leaving an expansion gap of 5 to 8 mm between each coping abutment. Position the remaining outer coping, allowing for a clearance of 5 to 8 mm between them as well as in relation to the inner coping. Loosely assemble the connections, then insert the connections between each coping. Pre-drill the inner coping level with the inner brackets and timbers and the outer coping level with the brackets. Screw in the coping. Screw in the connections and tighten up the bolts fully. Fix on the hinges of the coping above the skimmer after pre-drilling with a 2mm drill bit. Secure the steps onto the ladder rails with bolts. To make the ladder level, expel the air under the steps if necessary. Assemble the two shafts and the steps of the exterior wooden ladder. If a protective winter cover is used, ensure that the pool ladder is correctly positioned on the coping of the pool. Install the filter on a flat level surface. Put the pump on its base and fix it in place using the screws provided with the pump. Place the tank on its stand. Set up the filtration system by placing the transparent anti-overpressure pipe on the base of the manifold with a strainer towards the top. Fill the tank with sand, ensuring that you first fill a third of the tank with water in order to protect the strainers. Screw in the fed-through connector on the pump outlet. Next, insert the other end of the connecting pipe into the pump. Screw the fed-through connections into the other return and waste outlets. Finally, connect the pump suction to the skimmer and the return outlet valve to the backwash inlet nozzle. You have now finished assembling your swimming pool. We hope that you will spend many happy hours in it. We are pleased that you have chosen our products and we thank you for your custom.